Honestly, guys, let me say this. You do not need a degree to be able to work in a healthcare setting in the UK or to work in the healthcare sector in the UK. So if you do not have a degree, but you have interest in working in a hospital or a clinic or any health facility, but you think not having a degree is a hindrance, then I bring you good news today. Because in this video, I'll be showing you 6 high-paying healthcare jobs that do not require a degree in the UK. You'll be surprised to hear some of these things on the list. I tell you, you'll be surprised. So if you're interested, stay tuned.
Said it before. Hey, stop that.
Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nanel Griselda. If you don't know me, I'm a Ghanaian trained nurse currently practicing in the UK. And on this channel, I talk about migrating to the UK, opportunities for people to relocate to the UK, and also life in the UK in general. So if these are topics that interest you in any way, please consider subscribing. So no long talk, let me just go to job number 6. So job number 6 is a phlebotomist. Okay, a phlebotomist. If you are not really in healthcare, you may not have heard of this before, but let me show you what they do. You see, when you go to the hospital, and then you tell the doctor what your problem is, and then they request for blood to be done. Like they request that your blood sample be taken to the lab to do further investigations, right? Sometimes the nurse can take the blood, sometimes the medical laboratory scientist can take the blood, sometimes maybe the doctor can even take the blood. However, there's this other group of people. They are not doctors, they are not nurses, they are not medical laboratory scientists. Their job is just to take the blood and send it to the lab, okay, for the investigation to be done. So they are well trained in just taking the blood. That's all. They are not doctors, they are not nurses. These are what we call the phlebotomist. And in the UK, you do not necessarily need a degree to be able to work as a phlebotomist. Oh yes, are you surprised? I was too. So having a diploma gives you like a huge advantage. So if you have a level 2 diploma in health and social care, that can be a huge advantage. Or if you have a level 2 diploma in healthcare support services as well, that can be to your advantage. If you have interest in this job as well, you can also start as an apprentice. Okay, so maybe you go on the popular job websites and then you find a phlebotomist apprenticeship job. So you can apply here. You are employed, but you're still learning on the job. So they will employ you and then they'll be training you on the job as well. And you'll be taking a short course as well to help you, a short, phlebotomy course as well to help you. And usually after the short program, you are usually employed full-time. So you move from an apprentice to like a full phlebotomist. Also, when you find the job, a phlebotomist job online, usually if you have any healthcare related experience, it helps. So people usually start as healthcare assistant or support workers and they're able to apply for these roles. So if you're interested in this role, you can start by getting some healthcare related experience and then maybe do a short venipuncture course online or a short phlebotomy course online. And then after that, you start applying for some of these roles. And obviously, to be able to enroll in these courses, they are likely to ask for your GCSEs or your WASI or whatever. So yeah, those are mainly the requirement. A degree is not really a requirement. So averagely, phlebotomists these days earn as much as £10 an hour, £11 an hour, depending on the company you're working for and the location of this company as well. So it's quite good. Okay, now let's go to job number 5. Before we do, let me give a big shout out to the sponsors of today's video. So today's video is proudly sponsored by Skillshare. Oh boy. So if you have noticed, these days I'm trying to do some documentary style videos, right, on my channel, and you guys loved it. The feedback was amazing. So for everybody that watched my video on nurses never pray for your patients, if you watch that video, you understand what I'm trying to say. It was like a documentary. Someone said, Nanel, you need to go to Netflix. Okay. And anytime people ask me in the comment section where I learned to edit like a documentary, I always have to refer them to Skillshare. Oh yes, Skillshare is my secret. So for those of you who are hearing Skillshare for the very first time, Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes. So if you're looking to learn a new skill or develop an existing skill or just explore your creativity, Skillshare is the platform for you. There are thousands and thousands of inspiring classes for everything that you have interest in. So me being a YouTuber or me being a content creator, I would obviously be interested in video editing and all those things. And those are the kind of videos that I watch on Skillshare. But if that is not your interest, there are other thousands of other videos that you might find interesting. Photography, freelancing, business related videos, cooking videos, graphic designing, whatever your interest is, I promise you find a video on Skillshare for you. The class I'm taking now is from Hein Angera, okay, and it's documentary filmmaking masterclass, because these days I want to include documentaries in my videos. I need to upgrade the kind of content that I'm giving you guys, and you guys have already started seeing the results, right? Or maybe you already have a skill, but you want to take it to the next level, like you want to master and be the best in that category. Skillshare is honestly the platform for you. There are so many classes, and what I love is, let's say you want to learn photography, okay? You go to the search button and then you select photography, okay? So when you choose photography, you can actually filter by, let's say, whether you are a beginner or an intermediate or advanced, and then it will give you the kind of video that suits you, okay? And let's say you want a class that's just less than 15 minutes if you want to learn something very quick, or if you want an extensive class giving you detail, you can choose the number of minutes you want to learn. And yeah, they give you so many classes, like this one is iPhone photography, how to take pro photos on your iPhone, and this class already has over 160,448 students, and it's 55 minutes. So, and then there are no adverts, there are no ads, like the video does not stop for an ad to come. No, please. You just straight ahead and get the details that you want. Skillshare, right? Thank God for a platform like Skillshare, honestly. These days, I want to learn anything, that's the place I go to. So if you're interested and then you just want to give it a try, okay, use the link in the description. The first 1,000 people to use the link in the description would get a 1 month free trial on Skillshare. 1 month free trial. That is how I first got onto Skillshare. I watched Ali Abdal and he had the same link, all right? And I used his link and then I went on. I had a free access to Skillshare for 1 month and then I fell in love. So hurry now, and right after watching this video, click on the link and access Skillshare and learn whatever that you want to learn. So thank you so much, Skillshare, for sponsoring today's video. Job number 5. So job number 5 is an emergency medical dispatcher or an emergency call handler. So you see, in the UK, there's an emergency and then you call 999. I know in the US it's 911, right? But in the UK it's 999. So when you call 999, you hear somebody say fire, ambulance, or police, right? And when you say like ambulance, they refer you to somebody, and the person, is the person breathing, is the person whatever, is the person conscious? Those people, yeah, that's their job. Yeah, that's their job. You do not need a degree to be able to do this job, and they're actually paid quite well. They're actually paid between like £10 an hour to £17 an hour, obviously based on your qualification and your experience. Okay, for this job, you need to have good IT skills, because as they're taking your details, you'll be inputting these details on a computer. And if you have previous experience in a call center, that's also very good. You need to be able to work under pressure or in an emergency. You don't have to panic. So if the person tells you, the person is not breathing, you don't have to panic. You rather have to be able to calm the person down and tell the person what to do. So these people are not nurses usually. They have just been trained and know what to say. Sometimes whatever they're telling you to do is something that they are reading. Okay. Yeah. So to me, I think it's good. To me, I think this is a very good job. I think it's interesting. It is. So coming in is job number 4, is a medical equipment technician. These people are earning as much as £14 an hour. Oh yes. And guess what? You do not need a degree to do this job as well. You do not need it. You only need a short course in medical equipment training or servicing. This is different from biomedical equipment servicing, because for that one I think you need a degree, but for medical equipment servicing you don't necessarily need a degree, and you can do this short course online and start applying for medical equipment technician jobs. Okay. And what they do is, you see, when it comes to the healthcare setting, we have so many devices, like for instance, in my care home, we have electric wheelchairs, we have beds, and these are not like the normal beds. We have beds that actually, use a remote, and we have like different kinds of chairs. We have different kinds of equipment to transfer patients. We have the hoist. We have so many medical equipment, okay? And these people, these medical equipment technicians, they have been trained to be able to install these these equipment and, fix these equipment when they are faulty. In my care home, anytime a bed is faulty or whatever is faulty, we have to call these people to come and then help us. So they help in the installation and then they help in the servicing and the maintenance of. So it's basically that. And you do not need a degree to do this job, okay? Coming in as number 3 is a dental assistant or a dental receptionist job. A dental assistant or a dental receptionist job. I just recently visited a dentist and there was a dental assistant. So what this person does is they help you, sitting on the chair. They help with sometimes the sterilizing of the equipment. Sometimes they help the doctor to do the x-rays, just help you with positioning and all that. You do not need a degree to do this job. But usually for such jobs also, they will require some form of healthcare experience. So if you have worked in, let's say, a GP surgery, if you have worked in, let's say, the NHS as a healthcare assistant or wherever, those things improve your chances. Okay? So they also help people in arranging their appointments, booking you in for your next appointments, greet you, make you comfortable when you come. It's just like a receptionist job. So if you have experience working as a receptionist as well, this is good for you as well as a plus on your CV when you're applying for. You're also earning as much as £11 and even £12 an hour. And you do not need a degree to be a dental assistant or a dental receptionist, okay? Now, coming in at number 2, the medical clerks or the medical secretaries or the administrators, okay? So every health facility has, let's say, like an administrator or a secretary or wherever. If you go to the GP surgeries, they have like the secretaries there. You don't necessarily have to have a degree to be able to do a job like that, okay? So it's similar to the dental receptionist job. For instance, the administrator in my care home where I work, and this person helps with, all this paperwork, help in booking our shifts, all these administrative things, receiving some emails and checking if we have enough beds to admit new residents. And when we have to order like PPE and other things that we use, this person does the ordering online and brings it in. This person deals with all the administrative stuff in the home, and they are also very, very important, okay? I don't think the facility will be able to run without an administrator or a secretary. So that's what they do. And you don't necessarily need a degree to be able to do this job. And you can make as much as £10 an hour or more based on your location. So this is also very good. Now, coming in at number 1 is the all-known, very popular healthcare assistant jobs, okay? Or support worker, domiciliary care worker. So healthcare assistants, I'm sure most of you have watched so many videos about it, or you know what healthcare assistants do. So you don't necessarily need to have a degree to be able to work as a healthcare assistant. You're usually trained on the job, or sometimes when you pick up the role, they'll do some trainings for you, and these trainings are usually done, let's say, every 6 months or every 1 year to keep the knowledge fresh in your mind, and then you learn on the job as well. And healthcare assistants are making quite a good amount of money. They are earning as much as £10 an hour up to like £15 an hour. And if it's an agency where you are called to do a shift like impromptu, some people can even earn way more than that. And healthcare assistant jobs are always in demand. Their job is very, very important. What they do is they help people like the sick or the elderly with activities of daily living, like eating, like washing, like their mobility and all of those things. So you can be a phlebotomist without a degree in the UK. You can work as an emergency medical dispatcher or a call handler, emergency call handler without a degree. You can also work as medical equipment technician without a degree. You can also work as a dental assistant or a dental receptionist without a degree. You can work as a medical clerk or a hospital administrator or a secretary without a degree. And obviously, the last one, you can work as a healthcare assistant without a degree. So these are the 6 high-paying healthcare jobs in the UK that do not require a degree. So don't let the fact that you do not have a degree prevent you from working in this setting if you want, because working in a healthcare setting is quite dope, okay? For instance, with the COVID, lots of people lost their jobs. The one category of people that did not lose their jobs were those that were working in the healthcare sector. We are always in demand, and we are always, no shades to the other professions, but we are always in demand and we are always very respected. If you find any of these things interesting, you can read about it further, okay? And, start applying for roles or start working towards, applying for roles like these, okay? So thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, kindly hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.